Hi Dan, thanks for taking the time to have a look at this for me. I'm guessing you don't have a look at these too often, so I've just shown you what I've found inside the handbrake so you can see how to take it apart. And there's a strong spring in it, and I'll show you where that is too. I don't mind what happens, so if you can help, that's great. Otherwise, don't worry, but please let me know. Thanks very much, bye. So this is the normal handbrake assembly. It'll have this on the bus sideways. So if you just undo these screws, and then that will release it. Then down here, opening the side panel where the electrics are, you have to undo these 3 nuts here. And then there's a bolt that holds it in place as well, maybe 2 I think, and on the other side as well. Then once that's off, this top part has 3 screws on the top and 3 underneath. This actually holds a large spring inside, which is this one, okay, and they actually jam the screws. And so what I did is I took a good pair of mole grips, and around the screws I just clamped it as tight as I could onto the 2 lips like that, and that will allow the spring tension to be taken by the mole grips and the screws can come undone. Once those are off, then this mechanism comes out, and you can see here there's a pin. This pin holds that nut inside here, and that can be knocked out with a nail or something similar. It's just got to be smaller than the hole. So once that's out, this part of the mechanism here, and you have to take this off first. So if you go to the top, there's a circlip that comes off. Then there's another circlip holding this spring about here. Undo that circlip, the spring comes off, and then this will just lift off like that. Then you're down to this one. Once you've got this pin out and these screws are off, that whole mechanism comes up like that. And then you'll actually have this part attached with springs to that part, and then there's another pin inside. So then if you lift that off, the pin is in there. You can knock that pin out, but it actually should have a circlip, and that will come out as well. And I can show you the picture of the exploded view afterwards. And then in here, once you've taken this off, this is the part that I've got which is broken. And this should all be one piece, but actually it's not. And so this is the spring which would attach to there and would normally be attached to this, which is then a part of this piece. And that is where I've got a problem. And so I need that part. And it should also have a little nylon seal on the inside down here. And by the way, when you take it off, this is where the spring will be. And so when you release this one with the mole grips, be careful because it's quite strong. But as you can see, it's not very long. And so once it comes off, it might jump a little bit, but be ready for it, and then it won't hurt you. So hopefully get this off with one hand. Just give me a second with the video and then I'll come back. Okay, so this comes off, and it's actually got this black piece underneath, which has got a small O-ring which sits in that hole at the bottom. And then here is where the seal is, and I haven't attached it at the moment because it's down there. So this seal is one of the problems I've got. It's broken, you can see, and that gives you air tightness, and I need to get that replaced, and that sits over that part there. Then all I need is one of these which isn't broken here, and that's seal. So if you could help, that would be brilliant. Thanks very much. Let me know.